FTRS round 8 of season 4 of Tier 1 of F1. I missed last week's race, or I don't know, no, last week was break week. I missed the Hungarian race. I do apologize for missing that, therefore it wasn't streamed on this account. I was sick, so I do apologize for missing that, but I'm here for Azerbaijan. Obviously we've got the normal settings, short 18-minute qualifying, and 50% race distance, obviously in the F1 2020 cars. Welcome to the 2 viewers. We have 15 drivers in the lobby. Of course, myself spectating, Yoda Speak needing to get in his car. Yeah. So, we're at Azerbaijan. Definitely a very, very tough circuit. Of course, it's a street track, and like Julian Palmer said, you need to be aware on a street circuit. So yeah, I think this race will probably, obviously, it'll be won by one of the fastest guys, but I think really, the winner may actually be based off of, you know, who makes the least mistakes, you know? It's very difficult, it's easy to make a mistake here, and if you do, it can be very costly, especially we've got the tightest, the castle section, part of it, is the tightest part on the entire real-life F1 calendar. I think it's like 2 meters wide or something. I don't call me out for getting that wrong. I already know I've got it wrong, probably. But point is, it's not very wide. Azerbaijan being like something like 28 meters below sea level, or maybe it's 18. I think there's an 8 in it. I think there's at least an 8 in it. So yeah, if you're just joining in, glad to have you here. We have not started yet, so I suppose must have started the stream a little bit early, maybe? I don't know, hold on, there'll be a blue screen for a second. No, okay, we were supposed to have started about 2 minutes ago. So yeah, if there's anyone watching, which I don't believe there are, actually, who would you say is the favorite for the win? I really hope the drivers can't hear me. It'd be pretty silly if they could. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute everyone just to be sure. As 9 out of 15 drivers have readied up, so we will be starting soon. 20 seconds left on the countdown. I'll just run you through who's here. King Enzo and ACW in the Mercedes, Nick and Crumpton in the Ferrari, Junior and Kinkiski in the Red Bull, George Nader and NRT Prez, I'll just call him Prez, during the race in the McLaren, and I will tell you the rest soon. So, loading screen. I don't believe there's anyone watching. I'll take this loading screen as a chance to check my phone, because I like phone. But yeah. I'm excited for this. I think it could be an absolutely fantastic race. But yeah, we'll see. Another FTRS event that just happened is Tier 2 of the FTRS WEC. I personally came second in it. Or in my class. There's two classes, LMP1 and GT3 cars. So that's Group 1 and Group 3. I personally was in a Mercedes. I came second in class, which was, I guess, 8th overall, and that is George Nader coming out. That's NRT Perez. Fun. So, I will get this stuff up here, and that says Art Apple Gamer. Interesting. Fastest lap. Gap leader. Not leader. We'll put it on leader for now, just to make it more simple. Telemetry enabled. There we go. Detail. Fitted. More best. We'll go on fitted. Oh, that's not something you want to do on your outlap. Lucky enough. I gotta say, I think I said this before, but I really love the view looking back from the McLaren. It's amazing, in my opinion. Mercedes, ACW, TRT Kimi. Tier 2 champion last season. Tier 2 shut down this season for F1. Although, of course, I just mentioned Tier 2 of WEC, which has not shut down, obviously, given we just had our season opener. I don't know that was streamed. I'd like to think it was, but it would surprise me if it actually was. I think I'll go back up. Oh, what's that? That's Crumpton. What is he doing? Don't hit her. Gamer. Good. Okay. NRT Perez. Starting his lap. We won't ride on board with him, but we will watch him. I'm actually gonna turn off the UI and just watch him. Driving the very beautiful McLaren. I love the rainbows on it. Yeah, I love the rainbows on that car. The Halo one doesn't fit in as well as I'd say the sort of lines on the side of it. Those look amazing, in my opinion. It's a great camera angle, and I loved seeing the Alfa Romeo, I think it was, go by on the other side there. But yeah, so Perez, I'm gonna re-enable the UI to see if he's invalidated. He is not. Yet. It's always possible he will. Excuse me, sorry. Ooh. That camera angle is trippy. I really thought he was about to slam into the wall. But he wasn't. He kept it under control. So purple second 2, of course. I mean, he's going to be the first person to set a lap, so that's no big surprise. I think either Jamil or Yoda Speak will be the next person to do so, so I'll go back to them right away. As NRT Perez sets a 139.2. That's Jamil Pitts. Okay. Yoda Speak going through the castle section. Handles that very tight bit very well. I'm going to check the post about the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, because I want to see if there's any interesting facts I can say. Then I will probably be more or less silent for a minute. Just checking that. What's this? Looks like someone's just slowing down before their lap. To speak 3/10 back on ACW, who's now taken the lead in terms of that. They 138.3. 2/10 ahead of George Nader. Let's call him George, make it easier for everyone. But yeah, that's Junior going by there. Junior Spam L2, that is. I actually have Kimmy on my friends list, so I will invite him. That is the wrong button. Invite friends. There we go. What the hell is that? When did I add them to my PlayStation? Oh yeah, him. Yeah. Okay. I will send Kimmy an invite. Yeah. What is that? Oh, that is in contact with the Red Bull. Junior Spam L2. Damn, a lot's happened since last time I commentated, because there are some people here that were not here before. Junior Spam L2, for example. I don't think Crumpton was here. Or Enosia. Ah, yes, I was going to run through who's here. Is there, like, anyone going quickly? Ah, Sam is. He's also pitting. That's boring. So yeah, we've got ACW, and we've got ACW and King Enzo for Mercedes. Ferrari, we've got Nick and Crumpton. For Red Bull, we've got Junior Spam L2 and King Kiski, who also just raced in that Tier 2 of FTRS WEC. I think he came 4th in class. To be honest, I was more focused on my fight for the lead of my class, but yeah, I think that would make sense. 4th or 5th in his class, so he did well, which also means 4th or 5th overall, because he's in the LP class. But yeah, and then McLaren is George Nader, who's done very, very well recently. I think he's, to be honest, I haven't seen the championship standings posted in a while on the FTRS account. I may just be, like, it may just be slipping my mind, but I'll check, actually. King Kiski has left the session. I do not have him on my friends list. I won't bother. Well, it's not that I won't bother, it's just, like, I can't do it. Really. Yeah, hopefully everyone who's listening to this knows what I mean. I mean, there's no current viewers, I don't believe. No, we've got one viewer. Yay! Yeah, it's probably a driver with this stream up, but, like... So, hello, by the way, if you're watching. But yeah, I don't have King Kiski in my friends list, so I can't invite him. Not exactly. Not exactly, FTRS F1 news, but, Formula E is apparently eyeing Estoril or Algarve for a 2021 Portugal race. Yeah, so I don't know that it's streamed, but if it was, definitely go check out the Tier 2 of FTRS WEC stream. I doubt it was, though. That was true. Okay, let's see. So, last winner was Ridwan, Alpha Ridwan, Season 2. But he's not in that one anymore. I suppose he's in, the WEC, Tier 1. Oh, his Georgia are getting a very nice slipstream there, and that's fastest lap. Bill Apon, I should have mentioned, is second. I am being very inattentive, sorry. Oh no, stands and cabs have been posted recently. So ACW is actually winning the championship on 119 points, and they're using their last names. I cannot tell who's who. I can guess though. I think Philippot is. I believe second is Philippot. Third is an Apple Gamer, maybe? And then I think fourth is King Enzo, followed by George, then Jamil, and then probably King Kiski. Oh, I should know this one. Hold on. Oh, why can't I think of this? I should really know this. I don't know. It's really too hard. I can't keep up with people's last names. I know mine, and I know, like, one other person's. I do apologize for not talking much. Just stuff's going on. Oh man, how close to 9 is it? Not, about an hour away. Not quite. Whatever, that's okay. I'm expecting ACW. He seems to be out of fuel. Why don't we go on to TRT Kit? He's coming out. Or is he going in? He's going in. You lied to me. Junior Spam L2. Let's ride on board with him. Doesn't seem to be starting or ending a hot lap for that matter. He's got FTRS on 0. He's probably on a mid lap. It's boring. Venosia's... Yeah, that's how you say it. Venosia's on a lap, so I'll watch that. Correct name, that explains it. No it's not. Well, yeah it is actually, that is not correct name. Round 1 was not Canada. Round 1 was Silverstone. Which means I really messed up. What? You know, I'm gonna stop confusing myself, you know? Because that's fun. Yeah, so... Minosia seems to be on another flying lap. Very quick through the castle section. I'm not very good in F1 cars, so like these guys are really impressive to me. But I think just in general that was quite impressive through there. Locks up a little bit, I can see that. Welcome to our fourth viewer, even though that's me. Yeah, so I don't think he's backing out of this. I don't know that he's going faster because I'm not paying as much attention as I should. Oh, he goes fastest by 2/10, 2.5 tenths. That's very impressive. He does not have hands. Don't know why I strung that together as one sentence. But he doesn't seem to have hands. That's fun. Gotta love Codemasters. I mean, despite the glitches, like, the one thing I always try to think is, you know, like, Codemasters may have given us a very glitchy game, but they still gave us a game. And it's a better game than a lot of other people do give us. I'm not sure I'm allowed to self-promo on this, so I'm actually gonna ask the FTRS guy. No, I'm joking. Not gonna self-promo. Where am I? So, let's ride on board with Kimmy as he starts his lap. No pressure, Kimmy. Give us a good lap, though, please. Okay, I should stop making these stupid jokes. Yeah, that's that. I honestly have no idea what I said, like 10 seconds ago, so that's fun. But Kimmy, starting his fine lap now. Hard braking into turn 1. Sharp 90-degree corner, using lots of curve on exit. Doesn't invalidate. Hard braking into turn 2. We can take it, I find, a little bit faster than turn 1. I think it's just that little bit, wider. NRT Perez retiring. Kimmy hard braking into turn 3. Obviously he's a more skilled driver than me, so I can't say this for sure, but I think he missed the apex a bit there. As now through this little chicane here, goes through very nicely. Coming up to the start of the castle section now. This is the less famous part, but I quite like it. That little right-hander there. Now through the really famous part where Leclerc and Kubica screwed up in 2019. Through this little chicane here, onto this back part. This part is so much, it's so fast, it's a lot of fun to ride on board with and to drive. It's just these little kinks. It's really great. And then hard braking through there. Coming up to the final, the final braking zone. Does well. One good exit here as it's a very, very, very long straight. Through I can't speak. Through this S. Coming up through here. I missed a lot throughout this qualifying session, but so I do apologize to any drivers that wanted to mention for their, like, surprisingly good qualifying or whatever. But, yeah. TRT Kimmy goes 12th fastest. King Enzo, Junior Spam L2, and King Kiski not setting laps. Crumpton is the only person who's on a lap. Goes 4th fastest. That's very quick. So just waiting for it to tell us that Junior Spam L2 is done. Yeah. As you can't go for a lap, I'd be appreciated if Junior Spam L2 would retire from the session. That is not what I meant to do. Yeah, let's go. So, on pole is someone very descriptive by now. Thank me later. um, so, on pole is Anosia. Second is George Nader, 2.5 tenths behind, followed by ACW, migrating host. That is not good. I actually have him on my friends list. I will invite him. Then AC. Why are people leaving? Uh, then ACW, Crumpton, Jamil, Philippot, L. L Risk. I'm gonna just call them L. L Risk. Why are people leaving? Seriously, I need to check my phone now. Like, I actually need to. I'll run through the grid later if this. Um. Okay, seriously, what is going on, guys? Oh. Oh, damn. Okay. Lobby's restarting. Okay. Well. Mm, oh my god. Uh. Yeah, I'll quit the main menu because I'm supposed to. Ah, I've received a new invite. Yay. Right, I should make sure I'm spectating. Right, let's see how messed up this chat is. um. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be a little bit silent, until we restart. Obviously, if there's anyone watching, who would you say is the favorite for the win? Tell me in the comments. Um, Still waiting on some more drivers, obviously. I don't think anyone's commented. I'll check. Oh no, there is a comment. Yay. So someone thinks Art Apple Gamer is with a good shot at the win. He's been very quick throughout the season. I've been impressed with him. Although to be fair, I'm impressed with everyone. They're all much quicker than me. Uh, but yeah, they're all very quick. And yeah. I'd say they've got a decent shot, but mm, personally, I'm actually backing I'd say the favorite for the win would actually be George Nader. He's shown very good. Why is there another spectator? Right then. Um, yeah. I feel like I was going somewhere with that. I'm gonna check if there's another comment yet. Nope. Fun. Um, so, um, yeah, oh right, I was saying George Nader, I think, is actually the favorite for the win because, he's shown very good quali pace, but I'd say his race pace has always been really fantastic. So, yeah, we'll see, obviously. Um, excuse me. Yeah, we'll see in a few minutes, I suppose. I feel like there was more than 14 drivers before. Yeah, I'm just waiting for us to to get started. Um, I think obviously, Inozia being on pole has good shot at the win, but I'm backing George Nader for the win. Yay! Oh, excuse me. Yay, we're readied up. Okay, what is going on? Surely, there we go. Formation lap. So, Excuse me. I'd say actually, going into this... Oh, Kinkiski isn't here. That's not fun. That is not fun. Anosia actually has the disadvantage, although he starts slightly ahead of George Nader. George Nader should have the inside line into the first corner, assuming he doesn't bottle the start. So, actually, he should have a good shot at taking the race lead. Now, obviously, the race isn't won on the first lap. It's won on the final lap when they cross the line, hopefully without penalties to put them somewhere other than first. Ooh, a second comment, yay. If you couldn't tell, I'm really bored. Oh, does Dimgen get a penalty for standing on the wrong tires? I'm going to assume he means starting. I would imagine so. He can't do that. Oh, third comment. I didn't see that one. Yeah, I figured. I'd imagine so. I believe he'll probably be disqualified. Dimgen. What's that? Oh, that's the guy. Oh, that's first. I was referring to him as Anosia. Ooh. Oh God, that could be very interesting. I think that it's only really fair to disqualify him because he can't. That's breaking park, or you could give him 10 seconds. Because I believe when Kimi Raikkonen broke park Ferme in 2019 Monza, he had to start from the pit lane possibly. No, he was given a 10-second time penalty. And they're not disqualified from the race. Just so you know, those two guys, Crumpton and Kingen, so that's just from the quality. Alright. We are starting soon. Okay. Ooh, that's a much better camera view. As it's lights out, and we are underway in Azerbaijan. George Nader getting a good start, already ahead of Anosia. Anosia fighting for second with Crumpton. Crumpton now under pressure from ACW. Anosia wanting to go around the outside of George Nader. George will have none of it though, and sticks it out on the inside. Let's see. TRT Kenny down 14th, side by side. No, he's not. My bad. And TRT Kimmy and Yoda Speak yes, that is Yoda Speak. Ghosting through each other. George Nader already 7/10 ahead of Venosa. Crumpton behind followed by ACW will surely be wanting to get a podium, as I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe he's actually the leader in the championship standings. Followed by Nick, then Philippot, Jamil. Let's watch from the start as they go through here, seeing if anyone's messing up. It's very easy to screw up here. And Kimmy and I think Kimmy and Junior Spam L2 must have had a collision. I apologize for not noticing that. That's a good Kimmy. I like that. It's going through. George Nader with a 2-second gap to Anoza already. That's crazy. He's doing fantastic. If it goes right to back so far, I'd say it's fair to say I was correct to back him for the win, because like I said, oh, safety car, what's this? I think that's NRT Prez? Maybe, I don't know, what has happened? No one's out. No one pitting, presumably. Oh, no, ACW going into the pits. Crumpton also. And Ellie. Oh, why was I calling that L earlier? And Sam, Art Apple Gamer, King Enzo. Kimmy stays out, Yoda Speak and Prez pits, as does Junior Spam L2. So Kimmy has just gone from second last to 6th, due to people pitting, which seems not smart. I mean, of course, these, like I've said before, these guys are much more skilled than me. That could also come, that could be down to strategy. Oh, I should put up the spectator menu stuff. Yeah, they could be much more intelligent than me. That's not how I meant it. But anyways, so biggest winner on the first lap, TRT Kimmy gaining 7th position. Biggest loser, well, I think it's unfair to call them a loser. Person who has lost the most places is King Enzo, having lost 5. So, just gonna ride on board with George Nader. Safety car is not in this lap. I was not paying attention, admittedly, so wasn't sure. But George Nader, right there. That collision penalty for? So, not really sure what to say. I'll check if there's any more comments. No, there are not. But yeah, about that thing about Inozo starting on the incorrect tires, I'm not actually sure, because I'm not sure what'll happen to him, because it's very much not allowed to start on the hards if you qualified on the softs, and you're in the top 10. I mean, he was on pole, but yeah, it's just, like, you can't do that, is the thing, and, I looked in the chat, like, they said to make sure you started on the correct compound. And he has ignored that, so, yeah. I don't know what'll happen to him, to be honest. Let's see what tires everyone has fitted. Soft, hard, soft, 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 hard. TRT Kimmy on the hards. Also ACW. Nick is on the mediums, Sam on the mediums. Like, everyone behind them on the mediums. So everyone behind, from Sam, the safety car in this lap, from Sam, or no, actually from Nick back, everyone except Junior Spam L2 is on the mediums. And what is going on here? I should go up to the front of the queue, because they will be going soon. George really backing up the pack in a perfectly legal way. Everyone needs to watch out. And, is he going? No, he's not. Thought he was for a second. So George getting ready to get going. Lap 3 of this 26th lap race. And he goes. He uses his overtake, and Nozia caught out a little bit. Not too far back, though. Is there anyone who's really caught out? It seems like Philpott was pretty caught out. Oh, that is a big gap for Marta Applegamer on. Back up to the lead. Ooh, Crumpton going for something on Nozia. Looks sideways off of Crumpton's car. He seems to have made the move, but they're going to stay side by side down the straight. Venozia seems to have less downforce because he's catching quite quickly as they break for the corner. Crumpton outbreaks him, goes into the wall nearly though. Locks up, does put Venozia in the wall though. Venozia now down into 14th, nearly 15th as Junior Spam L2 wants to go for a move but can't quite. Philippot, big gainer here, is in second. Jamil third. Crumpton will be looking to pull something on Jamil, hopefully a little bit cleaner than with Venozia. Admittedly, I say that as though he was dirty. He wasn't. I'd say, like, he clearly locked up a bit, and he did try and make the corner. Who's that? That's NRT Prez. Oh! King Enzo into the wall. Yeah, that happened. So George Nader with nearly 2 seconds to Philippot. Okay, more like 1.5. Philippot will be definitely looking to chase down George here. Jamil, happy to be third, I'm sure. Crumpton 6/10 behind, though. 5/10. 4/10. Will he be close enough by the end of the straight? DRS, of course, is not enabled yet. This is our first racing lap. Oh, and he's out of ERS for the lap. TRT Kimi being overtaken by ACW here. Nick will be hoping TRT Kimi makes a mistake now. Kimi is a very, very fast driver. Unfortunately, he's been something of a back marker throughout the season. Kimi staying alongside Nick, though. Oh, that's contact! Oh, Kimi just misjudged that, I'd say. I had something very similar where someone did, like, the exact same thing to me. Difference was it was a little bit closer to the end of the straight. Just at the Canada hairpin, they just thought they were that little bit further ahead, and just came across the track a little bit, and just, unfortunately, that just, it happens. If I were Kimi, I wouldn't feel bad. Well, if I were Kimi, I'd try not to dwell on it. It happens to the best of us. I'm sure I've done it. I haven't done it in a while, admittedly, but I'm sure I've done it before. I'm just not fast enough to be next to me. I'm just sticking around. But yeah, it's happened to me. It happens to people. It's unfortunate. Oh, Philippot now within a second of George Nader. I still believe DRS is not yet enabled, but it should be next lap, I believe. Jamil pulled away from Crumpton a little bit, but Crumpton is still in DRS range. Yoda Speak here getting Sam. Oh, Sam! What's happened to Sam? NRT Prez. Sam has spun himself around. Ooh, he's ghosted, so it's Junior Spam L2 up to 11th now. Nick and Art Apple Gamer both pitting. Venozia down to 7th. He was our pole sitter. I'm gonna change the little detail there. Stop. Let's do stops. So, people yet to pit are TRT Kimi, although I'd imagine he will now. In those, Crumpton, Jamil, Philippot, and George. We'll switch this to tire. NRT Prez getting Sam in the pit stops. King Enzo, will he get anyone? I'd imagine he'll get Kimi. Yep. Won't get Sam though. So, Philippot right on the back of George Nader now. Spot from the back of George Nader's car. It would be helpful if Jamil were a little bit quicker. I did not mean it like that. I mean it would help if he was a bit closer, because we could get a really good view from his car. Let's ride on board, not on board. Let's ride with Philippot though. 5/10 behind George. I believe DRS is enabled. Might not be. I might just be making mistakes. Philippot 4/10 back. He's gaining. He's got DRS open. Using overtake. George Nader presumably also using overtake. Yes, he is. Is Philippot going to go for it into turn 1? No, he just thinks better of it at the end. Nausea not too far away from Yoda City. Oh, Philippot 2/10 back on George Nader. Jamil falling back a little bit. Crumpton also falling back from Jamil. But Philippot right on the back of George Nader. Both of these guys, I've seen them take very dominating wins. Both of them. Very, very quick drivers. Of course, I'm not really sure what's happened to Armchair Bike. He won the... No, he didn't. Bailiner did. Armchair Bike is his old teammate who nearly won the first race, or possibly he did. King Enzo has left the session. I don't know if that's a disconnection or what, but it's that's unfortunate. So you're right on board with Philippot, not far back on Jamil. Jamil? No, not Jamil. Georginator. Right on his tail as they go into this long straight. George Nader seems to get a much better exit though. Philippot already using his overtake. George holding out on the overtake. When is he going to enable it? He enables it now. Philippot right on the back, 2/10 back. He hasn't even opened DRS yet. Now he does. He's going to go down the outside as George is actually going to pit to save himself from being overtaken like that. I love pulling off overtakes, so I got a feel for Philippot, but that was good. That was good strategically from George Nader. So Philippot now in the lead, 1.7 seconds up on Jamil. Particularly close battles on track. There's Sam and NRT Prez. I love midfield battles. They're always so intense. Like, it's really, like, it feels like it's so important. And this is for 11th, so one mistake from a driver and one spin from the driver ahead, and this is for the points. You guys will be battling it out really hard. Sam not going for anything into turn 1. I'd say pretty clearly wanted to, but he thought better of it. Sam's a very nice guy. I'd like to see him do well, but I'm not gonna be biased or anything. It's obviously good to see him do well, but it's good to see others do well. Speaking of which, NRT Prez getting overtaken by Sam, who's doing very well. I mean, I say I'd like him to do well. I want them all to do well, of course. Like, they're all great guys, I'm sure. But yeah. So, will Philippot pit this lap? He's sticking to the left side of the track, more or less. Never mind. Yes. No, what? No, never mind. Anyways, so he continues on like this. Jamil does pit, though. Crumpton, will he react to that? No. Unless staying out is how he considers reacting to it. ACW also staying out, and Anosya. Yoda Speak as well. Ellie as well. George will presumably come out ahead of Jamil. Undercuts are very powerful, I find. And also, just, like, he was already ahead. So yes, he comes out well ahead of Jamil. Junior Spam L2 is not going to get him, though. Ooh, very close to the wall there. Of course, it's a straight track, everyone's being close to the walls, but... yeah. Ooh, so Ellie wanted to go for something on Yoda Speak there. Yoda Speak, a very, I was gonna say very nice guy, but they all are, so it's not really like I can specify him like that. As Nick actually sets the fastest lap of the race on his softs for Scuderia Ferrari. So, let's see. Oh, ACW is quite close to the back of Crumpton. Crumpton was just locked up, actually. Crumpton has been locking up a lot. So, Crumpton pits. Philippot is pitted. Let's go to George. pits. Is still behind George. We're gonna be quite close coming out though. Yeah, there we go. So I'd say Philippot has lost time from that for sure. So the undercut was very powerful, although he's on mediums now, and they'll be a couple laps fresher. So, George Nader in a net P1. Up on Ellie now. Ellie Risk, whatever. Pretend I said that correctly. She's coming up on Ellie now. Let's see. Oh man, I'm tired. But that's not important. Excuse me. Oh, Sector 3 yellow. That is a Ferrari. That's Crumpton. Crumpton's out. VSC now. Not a full safety car, but virtual safety car. Oh, that's an odd place to crash. I wonder if maybe he got on the curb and had a big snap of oversteer. It's certainly a place that's believable that you can crash there, but it's not the most common place, I'd say. I wonder if his car will still be there for NRT Prez. Ooh, just barely avoiding him. His teammate and his rear tires are gone. Isn't that fun? I believe his car is gone now. FTRS re-enabled. Has anyone pitted through that? That Ardapple Gamers has. I'm sure that'll help him plenty. Sam into P9. Ardapple Gamer will be on the fresher tires though. I wonder if there could be a move being made here. Philippot very close to the back of George again. George needs to clear Ellie. I think Ellie's probably slowing him down a bit. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, by the way. It wouldn't surprise me if I am. Crumpton, of course, was DNF now leaves the session. Makes sense. So, George Nader definitely under pressure from Philippot. Oh, actually, Ellie gets Yoda speak. Oh, George Nader a bit wide. Philippot's going to go for it down the inside into turn 2. George wanting to stick it out around the outside. Can't quite. Has to slot in behind. He will not have DRS, though. Or, yes, he will. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to... Oh, actually... Oh, he goes for the inside. He hits Yoda Speak. Oh, he's hit Yoda Speak. Yoda Speak will be furious with that, I'm sure. As Philippot does get back ahead of George after said contact, Ellie gaining from that against it in his battle with Yoda Speak. In their battle with Yoda Speak, George will definitely want to pull off something a little bit cleaner next time. He might have wing damage. It wouldn't surprise me. He doesn't seem to, though. Through the castle section, George's confidence will definitely be smashed by that. So George in 5th, net P2, I suppose, was Philippot. This is very sudden on lap 12. Philippot, of course, will be presumably hoping to make a bit of a cleaner overtake on the person that they need to pass. And check stops. Ellie Risk is actually pitted twice. Ellie Risk actually might genuinely be in P3. Inozia has not pitted. Ellie Risk, ooh, Philpott round the outside, can't quite pull it off. Ellie Risk, though, going a bit wide, great switchback this time. Pulls it off before turn 2 this time for Philpott. Ooh, bit of oversteer. I think he might be tapped by Ellie. Ellie now with DRS. Down the inside, down on the straight. Moves over to the right. Oh, Philpott's trying to stick it out, though. That might not be the wisest thing to do, but he's made it work. And Nozia is yet to pit, but ACW has, and he's on the hards. I wonder if he's... ACW is actually in with the shot at the win, I'd say, given that he's on these hards. He's, if he manages them well, he could bring them to the end. Nozia, of course, needs to pit. Hasn't yet gone off these hards. We're about halfway through the race, so it would make sense if he did soon. Philpott through the castle section now, then Ellie, George. George is right on the back of Ellie. George will definitely be wanting to push now if he wants any shot at this win. Because Philpott has definitely got him. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but, you know. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. I keep yawning. I do apologize. I'm probably getting a bit annoying by that. There will be a blue screen for a second. I do apologize about that. Just be for a second. Nope, definitely wrong button. Nope, don't do that. Please no. I'm still on air. Okay, as George Nader getting Ellie. Not a huge surprise there. Ellie will have DRS down this next straight. George Nader up into 4th. Sector 2 yellow, that's NRT Perez. TRT Kimmy's the next person through. Oh, he's gone. How have you crashed there? I've had losses of traction there for sure, but I've never crashed out there. That's a VSC. This is going to help Yoda Speak, Junior Spam L2, and Sam. We're all pitting. Drive-through penalty for Nick for speeding under VSC. Very unfortunate. Who's actually pitting right now? Not sure that he can serve it though. I wonder if it's possibly glitched. And it's supposed to... Never mind. ACW though. Just a few tenths ahead of Inozia, who needs to pit. Followed by Philpott, 8 seconds back, nearly 9. George Nader, less than a second back on that. VSC ending. Ellie definitely wanting to do some... Oh, George Nader slams into the wall there. That'll really damage his confidence. I've been saying since his contact with Yoda Speak, his confidence will be absolutely destroyed, presumably. I think I'm right. I think he's really struggling now. So, let's see who's gained the most positions so far. Is ACW pitting? No, he doesn't. My bad. I thought he was pitting for a second. But Inozia is ahead on the older cards, but he needs to pit still. George pitting, presumably for a new friendly. This promotes Jamil up into 5th. So, the biggest gainer so far in the race is 2 people tied, Junior Spam L2 and Art Apple Gamer, both with 6 positions gained. And the people who lost the most positions are George Nader, who's about to lose another one to Yoda Speak. So, yeah, just George Nader, who's also going to be TRT Kimmy. No, Kimmy's stayed in the same position. King Enzo. But no, George has now lost 5 positions. So, oh, last time they were close together. Oh, here it didn't go well. I think, Yoda Speak getting a little bit of payback there by sort of squeezing Jamil. What? No, that's not his name. I can't speak. By squeezing Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. By squeezing George into the wall. Squeeze. I can say squeeze. I can't. It's just me struggling to say squeeze. This just reminded me of one of my commentator friends who commentates on Torpedo League F2. He struggled to say squishy at Bahrain, which was very funny. And I do not need people teasing me because I can't say squeeze, like we teased him for not being able to say squishy. That's a nosedive into the pits. Ooh, George going for something on Yoda Speak. Makes it work so far. Yoda Speak will definitely want to stick with him though. Yoda Speak, a very quick driver. Yoda Speak ahead of Venozia. Will Ardap Gamer get Venozia? Not quite. Yoda Speak will have DRS now. Will he be close enough to George though? I don't know. He might just be by the end of the straight, but it's not quite. He decides not to go for anything. Quite. He's much later on braking than George, but George gets a good exit. These two are quite close together. ACW, of course, in first. Philippot second. Ellie Risk third. Fourth is Jamil. Fifth is George Nader. Sixth is Yoda Speak. Seventh, Anosia. 8th is Art Apple Gamer, 9th Junior Spam, I'll just call him Junior, 10th is Sam in the final points position, Nick is 11th, followed by King Enzo, whose Ghost is driving, and then TRT Kimmy in 13th. So, Jamil is quite close to the back of Ellie. King Enzo's joined. That's good. Maybe it's having internet issues or what, but so Jamil right on the back of Ellie. Is he gonna go for it into turn 2? I would not have suggested it, and it's almost as though he listened to my suggestion. Picking up DRS down into turn 3. Bit far back removed, decides not to go for it. Ellie Risk has been followed by one racing point today, and now they're being followed by another. So Jamil pushing, really, basically pushing Ellie around the corners. Philippot 5.6 seconds off the lead. Of course, I had initially thought that George Nader and Philippot were in the net leads, but ACW, I hadn't really realized, didn't need to pit again. So the real question is, for the win, is what's going to happen with the ACW's tires? And will Philippot be able to catch him on his mediums? So Jamil going to have DRS here, presumably. 3-second time penalty for Junior. Ooh, overtake. Opening up the DRS after overtaking Ellie. Gonna have a great run down this straight. No slipstream or anything, but despite her slipstream, Ellie will not be able to regain that position into turn 1. They should have DRS into turn 2. Or not into turn 2. Out of turn 2. And they do. They're going to be right behind Jamil. I don't think they'll be close enough by the end of the straight, but if they really want to go for it, I'm sure they will. Not quite going for it, just closing up to the back of Jamil. As we've now got Art Apple Gamer pitting. TRT Kimmy not far from the back of the lagged out King Enzo. Ellie Risk not far off Jamil, of course. Jamil having just overtaken them on the pit straight last lap. Anossia not far off of George Nader. Yoda Speak being split by the two of them. Will Anossia be able to go for something on George Nader, I wonder? Because they've both been very quick throughout the weekend. Of course, I'm still not sure what's going to happen to Anossia for starting on the incorrect tires. But yeah, this is turning out to be quite an interesting race. This is definitely the closest on-track battle, except for TRT Kimmy and the lagged out King Enzo. So I intend to watch this a bit. Use an overtake out of this final braking zone. Down through the S. Very, very easy to mess up there. But it's a torrential screw up if you do screw up at all. Bit of contact there as Anossia wanted to go round the outside. I haven't been impressed by the driving, by the racing today, to be honest. Just in general. Doesn't, like, just, like, I understand that people are making mistakes and it's very easy to screw up here, but some of the stuff has been a little ridiculous. Obviously, like, some of it's, like, all of it I'd say so far has probably been racing incidents. But, just in general, just hasn't been fantastic. And it turns out there's a goalkeeper in Britain that shares a first name with me, and it's really confusing when people call him absolute trash. Because apparently he's a trash goalkeeper. And I'm like, why am I... And they just say he's trash. I'm like, what? Why am I trash? And then, yeah. Is there anyone else that has that sort of issue where there's like a famous person that does really poorly and sometimes compared to the rest of the people in their sport? And someone's like, oh, you know, Jonathan is so trash or whatever. Like, that's not my name. My name is pretty obvious given my PSN. But as Anossia goes for it, he's gonna stick it out around the outside. He has very little ERS left. George Nader also has very little. Okay, they're pretty even in that case. Ellie is pitted. Didn't notice that. Jamil is in third. Fourth is Philippot, definitely, or second is Philippot, definitely catching ACW. Are there any close on-track battles? Not really. Oh, well, George is still decently close to Anossia, so we'll watch that, I suppose. Excuse me. Oh, man, I'm so tired. I mean, don't you love getting up at 5:30 for a league race? Well, I probably don't need to get up that early, anyways. But yeah, fun times. George Nader, I think, has fallen back a little bit from Anossia. So, there is not a single person on track that will have DRS right now, unless they're lapping back markers. Which no one seems to be. So, who's the actual closest person then? George Nader still. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what to say at the moment. There's like, no one particularly close together. Bit of the lockup from Anosia. Why don't we watch Philipot trying to catch ACW for the race win? Not many laps left to go. He's gotta catch up quickly. Okay. You know, this is the kind of time where it'd be helpful to have a co-commentator. So, yeah. I'm actually gonna check now to see if I can find a stream of the FTRS WC Tier 2 race. Because I was in that, so obviously that sort of makes me want to have people see it. Still no close battles. Actually, at this point, Philipot is the closest person to the driver ahead. That's Sector 2 yellow. That's a Ferrari, I think, or is that Sam? That's a Ferrari, I believe has been out of the castle section. Philipot really not far back on ACW now. I do apologize for not talking much, I just really don't know what to say. Oh, Nick is out. And that's what I get for not paying attention. Just absolutely screwing up with that. What's happened there? I think Junior's smashed into a wall. And struggling to go in a straight line. Wasn't that fun? Philippot very close to the back of ACW. This is for the race win. If ACW fends this off, Philippot could be forced to make a move on the last lap. It's the second last lap now, though, and he goes for it and he spins ACW. ACW will be furious with that. Hasn't cost him any positions, but it's cost him any chance at the race win. So ACW will probably not win this. Junior's quite close to TRT Kimmy. Ooh, quite a move there. Last moment switch to try and go for it. Doesn't quite pull it off. TRT Kimmy, speaking of which, just got a 3-second time penalty. Which reminds me, I will check penalties. Philippot has 2 warnings. 1 more warning and it's a penalty. ACW is being completely clean. Jamil, completely clean. Enosia, 1 penalty. George, warning. I'm gonna check back at this battle now, though. Kimmy just has 1 invalidated lap time, but I saw him get a penalty for that. I think Junior has the same. Junior nearly pitting. TRT Kimmy gonna go for it around the outside. He has the mediums. The older mediums, Junior on the fresh softs can't quite get him. They both go ahead of Art Apple Gamer, who's pitted. I think, well, that's quite pointless. Why would you pit? Like, what? That just doesn't make sense to me. He's dropped himself out of the points. As Kimmy goes for it, ooh, bit of wall contact for Junior. I don't think that was Kimmy's fault. I think that was just Junior trying to be careful and going a little bit wide. ACW will want to get through these guys, but he'll be okay. Philippot up there, ACW, of course, can see all this. So we've got a 3-way battle here. Oh, Philippot going for it. They're going to be side by side going into the castle section. Oh no. Oh, Art Apple. Oh! Junior's hit the wall, and Art Apple Gamer has gone straight on. This is perfect for Kimmy. As we go on board with Philippot now, going into the final braking zone. Does it just as perfectly as every other lap, pretty much. Comes onto the long back stretch, through the final corner, as he is getting ready to come home to... Well, okay, I'm saying this a bit early. Come on. As Philippot comes home to win the Azerbaijan FTRS Tier 1 Season 4 Grand Prix. A brilliant win for him. I believe his 2nd or 3rd of the season. Fantastic drive from him, I must say. He stays ahead of ACW. I do have to wonder, though, if ACW will be reporting his incident with Philippot, because Philippot just really was a bit too tight on that, and I think he really just spun ACW around. It's Jamil, that's Yodaspeak, I mean. Yodaspeak crosses the line. Sam, down here, coming up to the final braking zone. Will he get this too? Presumably, yes. Goes, yep, he does not screw up. King Enzo his Ghost finishes, as we're just waiting on Sam now, who's going to come home to get P8, a good result for him. Anosio leaves the session. I don't honestly understand why people do that at the end of the race. Like, I do tend to wait for the results personally, but it's just what they do. So, as we come across the line with Sam, of course, 8th, and I will run you through the finishing order in a moment. Yoda Speak 77, I'd say that's a deserved driver of the day. There were other people that did who drove fantastically, but he did pretty well too. Jamil, of course, P3 there, and you can see the Mercedes driver ACW. And of course, on the top step of the podium, once again, Philpott for Haas. The Italian, American, I think? No, the Italian something in Brazilian flags. And that is a video chat. No, thank you. Australian flags. So, Philpott wins, although I wouldn't be certain about that, as he spun ACW close to the end. But for the time being, the results are Philpott, ACW, and Jamil on the podium, followed by Anosio, who started on the wrong compound tires, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Then George Nader, Yoda Speak 77, Ellie Risk F1, Sam, TRT Kimmy coming home for a couple points. Hasn't been getting a ton of those recently, but he's done a good job to get some today. Sam, I forgot to mention, has the fastest lap by quite a margin, in fact, with a 140.0. That's quite an impressive lap. Followed by Art Apple Gamer in 10th, and Junior Spam missing out on the points. And after that, there's nothing really that I can see. Well, fun. But after that, I think it was it's pretty much just ACW's Ghost, I suppose. But yeah, that's that. With the new stupid party system, I'm not gonna bother even trying to do interviews. But of course, congratulations to Philpott on his truly fantastic win. Obviously, there was that incident with ACW, but I'd say overall a great drive from him, and from ACW for that matter. But great drive from the two of them. I think both of them can be proud of that. And yeah, I suppose I'll end the stream now. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you for watching. This has been the FTRS Tier 1 Season 4 Round 8 at Azerbaijan, Baku, and at the end of a fantastic race, I will see you all probably next week, unless timing with the Portimao real-life F1 race gets in the way. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll actually check now what the next race is. Let's see if I can find that real quick. What is it? Come on. Okay, hold on. Just a couple more seconds, guys. Just a moment, guys. Where is the calendar? It can't be that far back, can it? And apparently it can. Oh, that's a fantastic circuit. I'm looking forward to next week at the Netherlands, at Zandvoort. Yes, I will see you all later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in Zandvoort, I guess.